Audio
Yeah.
check. Audio check.
Yeah, I think so.
and the chandeliers. The wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. Champions are born right now. Ain't about the glamour, click goes the hammer. Run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. I will believe it, underdog dreaming. Don't get no cheers, who's gonna say it? Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line.
That's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're finally here. It is going to start very soon, the race. But now, we are here in RFO Season 5. You might be wondering why it's Season 5, because, well, this is the first race, or the first season we are going to stream online. Joining me in the commentary box today is my good friend Kral.
Thank you very much for having me, Neil. It's a pleasure.
Yes, it is also
So, interesting race today. New season, new track.
Yes, this is actually a very interesting track. Well, because it's not only the only track in the desert, but it's also very, very fast, and the curbs are very interesting.
They most certainly are. It's a very interesting track, a very interesting concept. I don't think we haven't seen a track which can be, which you can compare to this one before. It's a very interesting take, very high speed, very wide track, but still much room for error.
Yes, some corners we're going to pay very close attention to because, well, there we expect the most crashes. And also some
Yes, we will be running over the track shortly and interesting details about the track.
But let's first talk about the changes between Season 4 and Season 5, because there are quite a lot. First of all, the
Yes, there have
drivers.
been many, yes, indeed, there has been many driver moves. Some swap teams. I am not. I think Aston Martin may be the only team that has the same driver lineup that they had last season.
Yes, that's going to be very
Aston
interesting.
Martin.
Also, the amount of new drivers is very much amount. And we just got
being joined by the server owner and a moderator, Dave.
Although I don't think anyone can hear him because he's quite quiet.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Are we allowed to join Qatar yet, or do we have to wait?
Yeah, I'm already there.
Okay, Niels need to join, so let's briefly start.
Wait, what?
I'll join once the race is going.
I am already in position.
Should we go over the track?
Yes, why don't we? Go ahead.
Yes. So, Hamad International Circuit in the Qatar Desert. It's a 6.3 kilometer long track with an average speed of around 280 kilometers per hour. We have 30 corners, 8 to the right and 5 to the left. Very interesting corners to look out for. It's going to be turn 1, which is very hard braking, so we're on a push lap you will be decelerating from around 360 kilometers per hour down to 120, about 100 to 150 meters. Turn 6 is to downhill right-handers taken at around 320 kilometers per hour, and it's very tricky. It will require great precision to get right, especially with tyre late into the race. Turn 9 and 10 is the long sweeping right-hander complex, but it's off-camber, which lowers speed significantly and lowers grip. It's going to be very interesting to look out for drivers who run wide there. On 10 and 13, the last corner of this circuit is a hard braking circuit coming on the secondary straight. It's a downhill hairpin. It's crucial to get right because it sets you up for the long run down to turn 1. It's very easy, so watch out for drivers who are going to lock up going down to turn 13.
Yeah, I think
As
it
for
will be.
strategies, I don't really know what people are gonna do. It's such small range chunks, so we might see some alternative strategies here.
I certainly hope we're going to see some alternative strategies.
Well, at the moment, the strategy we expect to see is probably gonna be a medium hard strategy. But some drivers might try the alternative medium hard or medium hard medium. I do not expect any drivers to go on soft today.
Well, maybe they are, because this season, from what we have seen in the preseason testing and the free practice, is that there will actually be a fight for the championship this season, which could give some drivers the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to go for the softs to get every single point I can.
Yes.
Last season and every season we've had before here is Capstar, the one who took the championship. 4-time world champion here, but the other drivers are also, I think, very hungry, like Buffett Qatar, who was the runner-up in last season. But I think this season he will want to prove to himself that he can beat him. Also, one of our new drivers is also capable of beating Officer Cap, I think, although I do not see him on the list of people who are in the server at the moment. Ah, there he is. Acer.
I expect
That's the guy.
Beforehand favorite ahead of the race, so to say, going in is probably gonna be Buffett, Capstar, Hardface, Falcon, and most likely Acer. But we never know, someone might surprise. But I think those are our main suspects for a potential podium.
I fully agree. With the race 10 minutes on the way, what do you else think will happen today?
There is a small range chance. We might see some crazy strategies if the rain comes. It's most certainly very unpredictable at the moment, but that's setting us up for an amazing night of racing.
Yes, I think
it's gonna be soon when the riders will be allowed to join the grid. We're gonna see who lines up on pole position, since we don't do a quali, but it's gonna be a very good start, because it's a 780 meter dash from the pole position grid slot down into turn 1. You do not want to be, because it's gonna be a sitting duck in the slipstream. He does not get away well.
Yeah. Although, if I know one thing for certain, is that I'm putting my money on Vexilon Racing. I think it will be a 1-2 for them, or at least both cars on the podium.
Yes, I don't know. We can. There is a big chance for that. Yes, I expect a Vexilon car to be on the podium for sure. But we don't know. I think Ferrari have a chance, and I do think Red Bull might even surprise. I would even say Uprise have a outside shot. So
yeah, Uprise is
really
also looking very close. I think
it's looking like it's a
good
very
chance.
solid grid. We have 4 teams that I think can challenge for podiums regularly.
I can't wait to see that all happen.
Me neither.
The race is a few minutes away from starting, so we will be back shortly.
Yes.
We are here
minutes,
2
4
minutes. Oh wait, we are 2 minutes or 1 minute away from the start of the race, and then we can have a good time to talk about who you think will start on pole. Because who do you think?
I simply cannot. I do not know. It's could be anyone. I guess whoever is the fastest to click is gonna be on pole, but not really that important. If you know your braking point in turn 1, it's not gonna affect you too much.
That is true, but when the people who click the fastest are not usually the fastest drivers, although mostly they are at the front, it's always interesting to see.
Yeah, that's good point. Good reactions is very important, but I don't think good reactions is gonna be the key to winning this race. I think consistency and good tire management will be much more helpful here.
Yes, it certainly will be. I mean, yeah, if you crash, there is
Degradation
no,
is-
you cannot reset the car, or the car will not repair itself in this case. So
Yeah,
people can't just crash every lap
degradation-
and expect to be fast. They have to stay consistent and
Yeah.
drive it all out.
Degradation is gonna be quite high. It's not as high as some other places like Hungary or France, but I still think the tire life is gonna be a main issue, and that's something we're gonna have to look out for. People are gonna have to time the pit stops right, because you do not want to be out on track and your tires suddenly fall off while everyone else gets into the pit before you. It is quite a long lap, so you're gonna lose a lot of time if you pick the wrong moment to box.
Well, on the other side, there are no collisions, so if you box later than everyone, you have enough tires to go faster at the end.
I don't think the being an undercut is going to be much more powerful than the overcut. You're going to gain much more time if you box earlier, because I think fresh tires, as opposed to 7 or 8 old lap tires, is much quicker than one. The difference is tire life is going to be big even if you have 1 lap fresh tires in the end. If you lost 3 seconds because you stayed out an extra lap while everyone else boxed, you're not gonna win that back over 1 lap. The difference in tire life.
Alright, I just got word the race will be starting
Indeed.
right
indeed.
about now.
Very, very interesting.
Yes, it certainly is, and I haven't. There we go, we got footage ready.
Great, great, great.
Now watching, waiting for the cars to get on the grid. I
So
expect
everyone will be
officer
starting
cap
on the medium
or
gears.
outguard on pole. One of the two.
One of the two.
Yes. I think outguard
Have
last
the drivers
season.
already joined?
I've just waiting. I see one guard just still passing. That was the Craig of, I believe it was Neo, but I'm not sure.
Copy that. Copy that.
Alright. Final call. Everyone ready? Dave asked everyone.
I'm
And the
watching
race
stream
has
right
started,
now.
and it is a Ferrari. And is it outguard? No, it is not. It's Buffett on pole. Hello, doll.
Hello, Dal. We have. I suppose he could. And race is starting. Race is starting.
People are gonna choose their tires now, which one they want to pick. I think most people will go on the hards, but I think officer will go on mediums to go aggressive.
It's equal performance. Everyone will be on mediums.
Most are on mediums.
Yes.
From what I see.
And we are joined by the man.
And it's 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights, and they're on, and it's go, go, go. And officer cap gets an amazing start. And
Hello
he's
everybody,
already.
my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, so it's lights out.
What are you talking
Going
about?
server really quickly.
Officer and Benefit are very close to each other, but Officer loses some time and Benefit takes the lead and keeps it. But Officer is still close on his tail, and Outguard also had a great start, who is now up into third. So that's
Very
no
interesting
crashes
racing
yet,
so
but now
far.
we're going to turn 6, so it will be interesting. Oh, and there is the Alfa Romeo of C2 and Torno, who's also up into second. Officer Cap lost and someone went wide a bit, and that was, I think, Dino in the car, the green car. I can tell it. Someone
So
also went wide again. I don't know who that was. That was one of the Red Bulls who had a off, but it looks like everyone's still alright. Big Eyes is also minging himself with the pack, now in third, but is closing very fast. The top four are very close together, but where is Officer Cap? He is a bit more down. He's now in P7. So that is very surprising.
yes, indeed, we're seeing some great battle here at the front. Three-way fight going down the back straight, going down into the very tricky braking zone on turn 13. We're gonna see any drivers locks up and goes too deep. Looks like everyone has got it sorted as the Alfa Romeo runs very, very wide.
And it looks like Big Eyes has taken the lead. The Alpine looking very fast on those mediums, with the Ferraris hot on this tail. Also both on the medium tire.
Yes. Well, indeed.
Oh, and there goes Santorno wide.
Ooh.
But he's not the only
Costly
one.
mistake.
Mitko also went a bit wide.
Costly mistake. You do not want to run wide, it's gonna burn out your tires.
Yes.
And it will cost you time.
He's not the only one. If we look at the back, Armin Man, a guy who previously also went wide on this turn, has also lost a lot of time. So has Dinosaur Harry.
Yes.
Back at the
Indeed.
front now, Big Eye still holds the lead with the Ferraris hard on him, but Santorno just overtook Outguard for third place. Hawk is also up into fifth, but Officer Cap, it looks like he's struggling a bit at the moment. Now in P7.
He might have trouble finding some cleaner. It's still fairly bunched up, but a few laps in, it's gonna start evening out, and people are gonna form in lines. It's gonna be gaps building.
Yeah, but this is pretty rare for him. So
It's still a long race. He's very much in touch with the front runners at the moment. There's a lot can happen.
that's true, and I can't wait for it to happen.
Indeed. Me neither.
Buffett is trying to
So the
put
drivers.
the pressure onto Big Guys, but he has to look in his mirrors because Santorno is also trying to get second place, who is now has a lot of pace at the moment. Outguard also goes a bit wide. So is Acer, who is also struggling more than I was expecting.
Well, I expected him to do very well, but he seems to be struggling a little bit. It's down into 7th at the moment.
I mean, he is still a rookie after all, so anything can still happen.
Yeah, that is true. But he showed great pace in pre-practice, so I expected him to go a little bit faster.
Yeah. Hawk is also now starting to gain on Santorno to take third place from him.
Indeed. We have no wrecks at the moment. No wrecks yet.
Oh, and Biga goes wide and he goes back into fourth and Buffett takes the lead from him back.
Coming out now to start lap number 4. I think we're gonna expect the first couple of pit stops to come in 3-4 laps time.
I expect so.
Well, the pit window will be open in 3 laps, but we'll see if some people try to stretch.
Biga is trying to catch back and he goes for a move on Buffett, I think, but Hawk also tries it and he has the fastest lap at the moment. They're going 3 wide through turn 6 and they both hold it. They all 3 hold it. Very good. Oh,
Yes,
and that is Santorno who goes wide again. I think he has a lot of trouble with that corner. Oh. Officer Anonymous also not in a place I expected him to be, considering his very fast pace. So I think he had an issue during the race. During the start.
we'll see if we can get any replays on that. They going through. Ooh, there's a front wing flying. Someone
Who
made
lost
a
it?
mistake. I think it was a Ferrari. I think it was a Ferrari.
Outguard still has his wing. Buffett also
Could it
still
be
has his
Buffett?
wing. It was not a Ferrari.
Could it be Falcon? Look at the Alfa Romeo.
I don't know, but we will see who will box very shortly. Hawk in the lead. Looks like he's the fastest man at the moment. Buffett right behind him
Yes,
in
indeed.
0.4 seconds. The guy's also trying to climb back up. He's now in third. But who was the guy
Yes.
who made the pit stop? Or
I can't see
lost
it.
the
I
wing?
think it was. I think it was a Red Bull. You can see down in 19th we got
But that is not him
Ara.
because he didn't pit. So
He didn't pit. He's just struggling
no,
for
it was
pace.
someone else.
It was someone else.
Someone
Yeah, we'll
M
see
is
shortly.
also doing very good now in fifth position as the field is starting to stretch out a little bit more. And is that Santona who goes wide again? It's not so very good
It might be.
there. Akashi now getting a bit of a gap to Buffett, already 1.3.8 seconds. So that means Buffett will not have any DRS, but Officer Cap, who's behind him, now will. As he goes
Yes.
for the attack for second place. Vaxlon will be
Indeed.
very happy watching this happen. A 1-2 for his team would be quite the debut.
It would be. It really would be.
Although it does sound
And
like
Hawk.
Officer Cap is
He's
charging the battery a bit.
Yeah, he might be charging. He's gonna need to protect down to the back,
It's
down
not
the straight.
something
It's
he
a long
usually
straight.
does, but trying to play it
Yes,
tactical, maybe yes.
that is something you can do. You can play tactical. You can drop back, charge your battery, and then just let him by, pick up the DRS, and blast past him.
Yeah. Although blast past him he
Actually,
did not do yet. He's still on the
No.
attack.
actually, lifting off 4 ERS is a really bad idea.
That's very good to know. Thank you.
Such
I
a
don't know.
little
I'm
input with a great consequence.
Yeah,
And
I
what is
know.
that consequence?
I'm just trying to play. It
What's
sounds
the
too
main
very
problem
hardcore.
with it?
So the main problem with the regen is that it's based on the FPS you have. So people who have monitors that are able to go further than 60 have an advantage if they're using the FPS unlocker. And on
Well,
tracks like Qatar and USA where you don't lag at all, yeah, it's a really meaningful advantage that you can use against other people that are unaware of this.
okay, thank you very much. That is actually something I did not expect to notice at this day. But look who's coming in the pits. Buffett and Officer Cap are at the same pit box. Also Outguard is pitting and Somin. It looks like Officer Cap got away just a bit earlier on the hards and Buffett
Now we're
is
gonna
on
see.
hards.
Now we're gonna see who stays out and who boxed. The average pit loss here is between 20 to 25 seconds, depending on how you get it right.
Ooh, I would say less than that because the update made it so the pit stops are way uh, less time consuming than before.
Yeah, I
Instead of
know. I
waiting
feel
6 seconds, you have to wait only 4, like for the first
yes.
I
text
think
to appear,
people will
Yeah.
still
the
have to
GUI.
adjust to
I
that.
I did time it, so I just took an average. I did time it, and I just took an average. But we can see now. But I expect around 20-second pit stops.
That's about the number, yeah, you're right.
Meanwhile, back at the
So
front.
that can be very useful to see who's gonna come out ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Hawk should be pitting this lap or very soon. B-Guys also probably wants to do that.
Yeah, they do not want to stay out any longer.
Santorno, yeah,
Tires are gonna
I mean,
follow.
he's been going wide every lap. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. Hawk is not here at the moment. Just in the last corner, he flies into the pits.
And information for the viewers watching, you can tell a driver is pitting by watching the driver tower, the standings tower, and check on their position. If it turns grey, they're in the pit lane.
Indeed. Great
It looks
advice.
like everyone ahead goes in, and Officer Cap will overtake. Or will he not? Because Hawk comes out of the pits now. Officer is very close. Buffett also getting involved. And it looks like Hulk just about kept his lead.
He had great pace and he was showing great pace before the stops. He might have preserved the gap.
Although Officer is very close, so we will see when he
Well,
goes through the sector marker.
we are still having an amazing battle. We can watch here.
And Hawk has the lead. Officer goes a bit wide trying to hang on to it. So it's a Vexilon v Vexilon. I think someone will be very happy to see that happen.
Yes, someone most certainly will be.
Oh, and there goes Buffett. Very wide. That was very close. He almost hit the wall. And that
Well,
could
I
have
think
been
the nerves are starting
not.
to creep in. It's still early season, but they are still thinking about that final race and hopefully being champion by then.
Yeah.
Buffett is very eager on revenge after a very close finish last season.
Well, he has to overtake someone first because Big Guys just overtook him.
Oh, and someone went off. Oh wait, I'm 20 seconds behind, my bad.
And Officer Anonymous is out.
Officer Anonymous is out.
Yes.
I don't know what happened there. We do not have any footage of
No, and
that
Mitko
event.
cuts a corner too. Gets a corner cut in the middle sector.
Yeah, so what happened there, and Mr. Dino goes in for his stop. That's very late. I don't know what he was thinking there. Maybe he wants to stretch it to a one stop, but that's
I do
pretty
not
unrealistic.
recommend that at all. That is not a smart strategy.
I agree. That's very odd
That is
that he
never
chose
a
that.
good option. You're gonna lose too much time.
Neo is also way down, so I think he had an issue too, seeing as he's in P17 with
If
24 or
you're really good
42
at
seconds
managing
left.
tires, maybe you can do a one stop.
Yeah, but
Yes, but I think
I don't know.
you're gonna have to be so cautious. I don't think the reward is worth the risk. And pit stops here aren't super long. They do not take too much time, so you won't be losing too much time from doing an extra pit stop if you have good pace.
Well,
We
actually, if you're losing only 3 seconds per sector, you can last a few laps more.
That is true, but yeah, that is true.
As we said before, you have to really keep the tires alive in order to not lose that much time in each sector, and in that way, the reward can be very rewarding if you see what I mean.
Yeah,
Makes complete sense to me.
Meanwhile, back at the front, Hawk is actually beating Officer Cap at the moment because the gap is 1.2 seconds. That's
I'm
very
still unable to
surprising
join.
considering Hawk was not in the championship fight last season.
No, that is true, but I think he missed a few races, but and he did win Great Britain, so he still showed good pace.
Yes. Buffett is trying to hang on Officer. I think he made a mistake there because... Oh, and someone went wide and yep, it was Centurion. No, I'm not even surprised anymore. But there is someone without a wing, I think. Oh no, wait. That's the Alpine of Alp, but it was just a black wing, which I
Yes,
got confused with, and I'm sure that will happen more times this season.
yes, indeed.
Although here we see that Officer indeed made a mistake and is now 3.5 seconds behind Hawk, and Big Guy is also trying to attack him, but I don't think he can considering the incredible speed Officer Cap wields. No offense to Big Guy.
Only one DNF so far. It's been a very clean race this far. I expected a little bit more chaos, but everyone is sorting themselves out quite nicely and running their own little races.
Well, one of the main reasons is that Qatar is devoid of bumps. There's only one deadly bump that I can think of, and it's the turn 7 bump. The left banked corner after sector 1.
Yes, that is the one. Yes.
I think that's an advantage of
You
the
can
newer
get.
tracks.
Yes, I call that turn 8, but yeah. I do the double right-handers in sector 1. before the end of Sector 1. I call them turn 5 and
Oh yeah.
6, since it is a double apex, I guess.
I think at this point it looks like Santono is not actually trying to brake to keep on the track, but actually uses the track to go. Oh, as he had a small drift there. I think he
You gotta
tries
be
to
careful. He can,
use the track to gain an advantage by going off the track.
yeah, he might
But
find that
it doesn't look like
not
it's
as.
working because Outguard is also battling extremely hard for that position.
Yes, this is where he can get involved and maybe help his teammate if he can come up through the fields.
Yeah, certainly needs to if Ferrari wants to take over
Oh,
Vexlon in the championship.
yes, indeed. I think most drivers are on hards. I think we're gonna see the pit window open in about 5
Oh,
or 6 laps for another stop.
I believe in a big guy's pro job because I believe in big guy supremacy.
make that on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Someone
let's make
should
some
put.
merch now. Big guys
Yeah,
Yes.
merch.
Check out the link in the description and support the channel. Buy our merch.
not this
If you
channel.
type
This
the code
channel is
there is
temporary.
fucking amazing. You get 10% on shipping.
Oh yeah, but there's no link in the description.
Now we gotta fix that.
Let's look a bit at
Hmm.
Santorno's point of view. Let's see if he actually gains some time by going that wide. As he is not doing it now, I think he's trying to hide it from us.
It's annoying. Officer Anonymous left, but someone else joined. Must have joined because it's still full.
I don't know. Hawk is continuing to get away from Officer Cap. Big Guy is staying close to Officer Cap, so yeah, Hawk is in a very good position today. Going into lap 13. This is a very pleasant surprise. Acer also still a bit down the pack than what we expected. Now overtakes Outguard, who seems to have gone wide in the last turn a bit. So he will have to gain back time.
Yeah, it's quiet at the moment. It's a quite
It's quite
slow
calm.
race. Quite calm, but we're gonna see in the next few rounds pit stops. Maybe the rain comes in. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, a race can go completely different in a matter of seconds. It's just the
Indeed.
question, when will that happen? Oh, just a small drift by Outguard. Nothing, not a big deal. But it certainly was interesting to see as we see him go through turn 9s and 10. One of my favorite couple of corners on this track. Acer also goes a bit wide, as you can see.
Indeed. I think the stream I'm watching is a little bit delayed, so I can't really help you commentate in real time since I'm not in the server because there's some idiots taking up space.
That is very good of you to
Yes.
say.
Can some people that is useless, like some team principal, can they just keep and watch the stream instead?
Maybe Araman in P18 can just give up his spot.
Yeah.
Right, I'll take a look at to see if we can get you a spot in the server.
I have no idea who's race directing though.
Dave.
Dave.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain he is the. Yeah, he is the race director. He's managing that. Hawk is really stretching his gap right now to officer cap, but it's looking like it's gonna be a potentially a Fexel on 1-2.
That would be very interesting if it happens. We seem to have some visual glitches with the screening board. Acer,
Oh,
I mean,
Interesting.
it
So
says that he's in second, but he's not at the
dull.
moment.
Can we get someone to? Can we kick someone so we can join?
Fextalan duplicated and became good. That's why he's a 1-2 right now. Oh, never mind. P2 Acer. Hang on, where did he come from?
Acer is currently in seventh place. He's getting the speed back up there, but maybe he
Yeah.
needs to adjust. I don't know how much he's been driving here. And oh,
Oh, but
B guy
he showed
he
them.
crashed. B guy crashed in the pits.
Is
No.
B guy out?
No, because wait a second. His tire is he out? That hold on, this is interesting. He
Is he
crashed in the pits
repairing
and
the car?
his car repaired, but does it still
Oh,
work?
Dave is gonna have to look into that.
I don't
He's
know
not
if it
allowed
does.
to do that.
I don't think he has a choice, but he's getting out of the car.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
think he's
out.
out. Yeah. B
B guy
guy
is out.
from a potential podium to nothing in a matter of
Can you tell him?
seconds.
Can you tell him to leave?
And he is out. You can join in, but he wasn't the only one making a pit stop.
Yes, I joined.
Buffett Qatar.
Fuck, I couldn't get in. Fuck.
The care. Could you give Kral the spot? And Neo is also out.
I mean.
Alright. Neo is also out apparently, so don't know what happened there. Maybe
He must
connection
have stopped
issue.
on track. And he's still in the server?
I don't see him.
No, he's out.
Alright.
Okay, great. Finally, we have some.
Buffett made a pit
Great.
stop through to Hearts.
Yes, indeed. I think the pit window is opening at this stage. The pit window
Yes,
is
I think
opening
people
now.
will try to get in, but Hawk is not pitting, so is Officer Cap. Although I think Officer should consider a undercut.
He should be doing the undercut.
Sam is also
Well,
getting
they are
in
both-
for the pits.
They are both on the hard, so they can still stay out for 1 or 2 laps more.
Outguard
That
is
is
also
true.
getting in. Can
They're doing,
his teammate?
they're doing a 2
Yep.
stop, so they can literally push. They don't even have to keep the tire up.
Yes, that is correct. Beffit have stopped. Beffit has pitted.
Same for
But he
Summing
is already
before.
passed by his teammate, or no, other way
Okay,
around. His
Igor
teammate
has
is now
pitted.
getting off the pits, and he's very low down at the field. That's
Gonna have to see. This is gonna be very interesting indeed when they cross how they sort out. I think Kark has a very comfortable grip on this race at the moment, but we'll see.
also
But
something
Beffit's running
interesting is
P4,
I think
but-
Araman, who is now getting lapped by Hawk
Has Acer
base.
pit? Has Acer pitted?
Acer has not pitted yet.
This is very interesting because Beffit at this moment is within the pit window of Officer Cat, and Acer is
Hawk
within the
is
pit window.
getting a small DRS push, and he goes in the pits.
He goes into
He
the
does.
pits.
Hawk
But the
goes
question is
into the
which
pits.
tire?
Is Officer
Which
going into the
tire?
pits?
Yeah, he's
It
going
looks
into
like,
the
yep,
pits.
Officer goes into
He's
the pits
boxing.
too.
They're both boxing. Now we're gonna have to watch Beffit.
Acer, who is on the mediums, what will he do?
Hard again for
He
Hawk.
will go in.
And here comes Beffit around the final corner. He's deploying the stand straight. Is he gonna come out of Cap? He's
He
exiting
cannot
now.
come out on Cap. I think Cap is now driving
see.
out.
Let's
It's gonna
see.
get close.
It's coming close. They're gonna be racing. Now.
Nope. Officer Cap keeps the lead. Or
He's
keeps
surely
the place.
within 2 seconds now. He caught up a lot in that pit stop phase.
Acer seems to have some trouble in the pit stops, I believe.
Now
He was there
the question
longer
is-
than I expected.
And the question is, what can Cap do with fresher tires?
Oh, he doesn't. They don't have fresh.
They don't have
he
fresh
doesn't have
tires
fresh
now.
tires. They
I
have the
think
same level
Officer
now.
wanted to pit earlier, or maybe they got told in the team to pit at the same time. Maybe they're
Beffit
working
is-
together and not actually competing. We don't know.
Beffit has 1 lap older tires than Officer Cap.
Yeah. And from what we have seen in the last stint, it also didn't really look like they could fight against each other. As for now,
No,
this will be their
we're gonna-
final stint if everything goes to
I-
plan.
to believe they are just gonna try to bring this home. It looks very comfortable at the moment, at least for hard pace.
Samai is getting an incredible attack on Alp. On his new fresher rubber.
Yes, indeed. Summing and Alp
It's
is
going to be a
battling,
drag
and just
race
few
down the
seconds
back
up
straight.
road and just a few seconds up the road is Entorno chasing after Beffit.
But that
Acer
is still
closing
a
up to the
pretty
back.
big gap. And Alp
Acer
goes
is
in for his stop.
closing up. Yes, and Acer is closing up to the gap of to the back of Outguard. With Sakrit flipping in the final corner. Sakrit has cut the
Oh,
corner and flipped in the final corner.
that's
Ooh,
Shaker in
that
the
is
Mercedes.
he's on mediums. I
I
don't know
think
what
that was the
strategy he's
tire
running at the
wear
moment.
he was just struggling
For
with.
sure, he's gonna have to box now. Yeah, he goes into the
Yep,
pit.
he goes in the box.
His teammates overtakes him.
I don't know if his
Mitko
teammate.
is.
I don't think his teammate has
Mit,
pitted
I do not think
yet.
Mitko has.
I don't know for
Mitko
sure.
is on mediums. I do not think he has pitted yet. I think Mitko did a medium hard strategy.
His teammate lost a
We'll
lot
see.
of time, so who will be the leading Mercedes will be a question.
And Opposite Cap has gapped Beffit. It's a 3-second gap now, and Beffit is coming under pressure from Falcon and Samin at this stage.
Yeah, it looks like Officer will either need to get on moving or needs to have a gift from the heavens to get P1.
Yeah,
Well,
at this stage, Hawk is controlling this race beautifully.
yeah, Hawk is going faster than Officer at the moment.
Oh, and
So
our
yeah,
man had a spin, I believe. He was on
He
the
had a little
side,
spin.
but he's still driving. Not
Mm.
that that matters much.
Epic.
No
Yes.
offense, but it doesn't look like he has
Yeah,
the
Cap is
best
lapping much
race.
slower than Hawk Base, so he has to resign his championships and give them to him. That's
Yeah,
the
Will,
logical thing.
will we see
we have
team orders?
a beautiful little scrap with the final point position down in 10th and 11th with Artemis and Dodgemaster battling it out.
No, the gap
So
is actually pretty large, if you ask me.
it's 4 seconds.
Yeah, 4
Let's
seconds.
see.
It's a lot. But
It's
will
between
Mitko
Ecto
pit
and
now?
Dodge.
That is something I'm
And
wondering.
Mitko,
There he goes.
yeah. Let's see. He goes into pits.
Oh no, he tricked. He
He
tricked.
stays out.
Us.
He faked to
Oh
the
wow.
pits.
Yeah, there
He's
really is a
gonna have.
battle for P10 between Dodge Master Keyboard and Keyboard Ternus,
Yes.
because both of them are on keyboard. Get the joke?
I think a battle we should keep an eye on is the battle to 6 between Asa and Outguard.
I get it. Keep an eye on.
Yes, indeed, as we're seeing Arcbase extending his gap and not locking up, going a little bit deep, but yeah, he has this sorted right now. He's running comfortably in first.
He really doesn't care. He's going to cross the line and set another lap time. Keeps him in the lead comfortably.
And he is currently lapping Mr. Dino, who comes out of the pits for his final stop.
He's lapping so much quicker.
He really is. He's pulling away from Officer Cap at a rate of knots. This is a very, very impressive drive from Hawkbase, showing great pace. I think it's getting really close. It's getting. He's not here at the moment. We're having a beautiful little scrap between Falcon and Beffit for the final point position. And I think the gap is staying around the same between Officer Cap and Beffit's. Around 3 seconds. It looked like Hawkbase made a little mistake because Officer Cap crawled back a second on him, but I do not expect him to catch up.
Honestly disappointed with Beffitt's performance today. It's quite underwhelming, but what can you expect when he's not used to the car? Obviously, grinding
Yes.
cars for like all day.
Oh
yeah, that is affirmative.
Oh yeah, he's running in a podium position. How disappointing.
Dal, so your second drive is currently running in 6th position, coming under pressure, having a little battle with Ace. Did you have higher expectations for him? Maybe a top 5?
I definitely did.
We were struggling with reliability issues with his Wi-Fi and his computer speaking. He probably is still using data. I don't know why, but thankfully he's on so far in the race, and it's been a good outcome for the team, honestly.
Currently Outguard.
The
Oh! Outguard went into the wall. He just about saved it. That was very close.
oh,
He lost the position to Acer, who is also having a little help with DRS from our friend
our
Armam, the
He's
legend.
getting the rest from back markers.
Back markers have influenced the race already. Wow.
If
They
I have
have.
one advice to give out, don't drive into the walls.
That is
Yeah.
that is solid advice.
I
That
think you have
is
something
very
to tell
solid
to
advice.
you, to your driver, Mr. Dell.
Dips is getting blue flags at the moment. Yeah, Dips just overtook. Dips on soft just overtook Hawk.
Looks like in terms of team battle, one of the things I've missed is Midco on softs. Strangely.
Mr. Dino is also on softs.
Oh, Shaker had a little drift as Midco is trying to close in on him.
Yes, indeed. It's looking like Falcon has taken third, but Buffett gets the DRS down this back straight, down the start-finish straight, I should rather say. It's
Oh, and there
going
goes our
wheel to
man.
wheel.
Goes into the wall. He is struggling a lot back there.
Who's latest on the brakes?
Reminds me of a certain driver in F2.
Oh, they're still side by side. They're still side by side going up the run to turn number 4.
Our man is driving on the grass, not stopping, and he is stopping on the track. Final turn.
Who
We're
is?
having a great scrap here between Falcon and Buffett for third. 3 laps to go. They both have the same tire life. They're battling it out now, and it looks like Falcon is currently taking advantage of Buffett's unusual slow form. But I think he
Yeah,
can
if
turn this
Buffett
around.
wants to get to the championship again, he needs to get the back up there.
Yeah, he has been consistently slower than. Ooh, he goes a little bit wide.
As we say that,
But Zentorno goes wide too, and he loses the place. Buffett is back up there
Buffett is
in
back in
P3.
position.
Oh, there is a scrap of V3. Yeah, you're watching this.
There's a
We are
problem
watching that
for
right now.
Araman. It looks like his settings broke. I have no idea what he's talking about, but that would explain his current pace.
Indeed. Let's see. They are gonna want to be late on the brakes to the final corner.
I don't think they won't, because now Zentorno is on the back of Buffett and he has DRS. Buffett is not deploying any ERS at the moment. I think
He's
he's
saving for the final push. He most likely want to break
Zentorno
DRS
is also
if he gets
saving.
the opportunity. Yeah, they're battling. Oh, and Buffett goes a little bit deep in turn 2.
But he keeps ahead of Zentorno for now.
Yeah, this is a great little scrap. It's a great little scrap.
I don't want to call this a little scrap, because this is for a podium. And I'm
really
sure
is,
they
but
both want it. Zentorno not on the podium that often, I think.
Nah, we know he's a very fast driver, but he has struggled a little bit with inconsistency. Has been a little bit accident prone, but we all know what he can do when he gets it right.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, in terms of just raw pace, I think he's for sure top 3 in this league, just in raw pace. But he might lack some other aspects like tire management and consistency.
Well, one thing he did is get ahead of Buffett, which he just did.
He just did that. He's ahead by 2/10, but Buffett. Oh, he goes wide.
Zentorno
He goes wide into turn 12.
Going side by side. No one has
It's going to be a
DRS.
battle between Zentorno number 86 and Buffett number 44.
Sakari is also
Final
closing up on his
position.
teammate Midco.
This is
On the
still
hards,
battle.
actually, so...
Ooh, Zentorno goes wide. Zentorno goes very wide. He's on the back of Buffett now.
There were many
If
battles
one of them
going
is
on
not
at the
enough.
moment, but I'm only focusing on one by the looks of things. The
Well,
battle
there's a
for
podium place
P3.
battle, so if they are smart enough, they are going to be saving a lot of energy this lap in order to deploy it on the final lap and have a final pushing lap in order to get past the other.
I do think that is what they have done. I have not seen them deploy a lot of ERS, not as much as you might want to.
It does actually look like, yeah.
I know Buffett has experimented with FPS unlockers, but they are very useless.
This could come down to the final corner.
This is gonna go down
And
to the end.
let's hope it does. I really don't want any of them to crash out or spin at the moment. We just want them to stay close until the final moment. And then anything can happen. And Dino is out. Dinosaur.
Oh, Dinosaur Harry, the other Alfa Romeo, struggling a lot for pace. He was
Everything is on Zentorno to get the place, to get the points.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Buffett leads them down into turn 11.
Oh.
Are they gonna
Hawk
Hawk goes
closing
into the final lap.
for the line.
Hawkbase
I mean, for the
is
final line.
He's
start,
even faster
starting the final
ahead
lap.
of Officer
He
Cap, who
pulled a
will not be
second on
fighting
Officer
against
Cap on
them, but
that lap.
that's not what we're focused on. We are focused on Buffett and Zentorno. Going on to the final
And
straight for the
you can
final
see how wide and the corner
time.
runs very,
Officer
very wide,
goes very
maximizing
wide,
braking.
yes.
Now they're both gonna be deploying full, but let's see.
Buffett
Are
is
they gonna break?
deploying, but not very much actually. I think he's saving.
Will they miss the braking zone? No, they don't. They both did beautifully done and clicked apex.
Oh wow.
Oh, this is
It's,
very exciting. Very exciting. As Hawkbase
what an
pulls
opening
another
race.
content on Officer Camp. This is a fantastic race, and this is very much setting a
In the
great
back we
standard
also
for
have
the
a
next
battle
race
between the
season.
two Mercedeses, but we're not going to focus on that at the moment because they are outside the top 10. Going
Asa
to
is
turn
close.
6 one
Asa
last
has
time.
and Asa has secured, I think.
Buffett goes a bit wide, but Zentorno
that
goes
was wide.
wider.
He abuses track limits a lot.
Yeah.
I would take a look at that if I was the race director.
Probably Ferrari will say something about that, considering Zentorno is ahead at the moment.
Okay, it's time to listen. Hawkbay is coming around the final corner in order to
We're
claim
going
his
to get away from the
first win
battle
of the
for
season
P3 for a minute.
in a dominant fashion
It's
against
been
Officer
a
Cap, the previous season's champion.
It's been a fantastic weekend, and Hawkbase claims the checkered flag. Absolutely fabulous victory.
Officer
And-
Cap, number 1, but
and
this
Officer
time
Cap
he's going to
crosses
come
the
up
line.
to
Buffett
number
goes
2.
for it in the final corner.
And they're gonna go
Zentorno
for it.
is
They're going
just
for
a
it
little
in
bit
Final
ahead.
corner,
It's gonna be a drag race to the finish.
P3
It's gonna be a
final
drag race.
podium position.
Zentorno looks to
Who's
be
gonna
ahead.
get it? Who's gonna get it?
Buffett
Who's
is
gonna
ahead,
get
has
it?
DRS.
Is he ahead? Is he ahead?
And it's
He gets the
Zentorno
podium
by
and 4
just
tenths
5
per second.
seconds. By just
Zentorno, number
0.5
86
seconds.
gets it.
What a
Also a drag
finish.
race between
What a
Acer and
finish.
Sam. Acer
And
takes
Asa gets
P5.
P5. Absolutely
Very
fabulous
good for his
push from Asa.
debut. Outcard in 7th, not the result he was hoping
What
for, I think.
a race. What a race. Absolutely fantastic.
In all of
stuff.
honesty, what a drive from
Congratulations.
Hawkbase.
Congratulations
Did
to
you see?
Hawkbase, that is
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that.
Did you see that?
incredible up for him.
Really dominated the race, and Officer Cap is used to dominating races.
Yes, I mean Hawk just took the he just took control of this race. He just
Yeah, he took the W.
He
Honestly,
really did.
9
He just
seconds.
stepped in. That
It's
is
just
Small
great.
crash from Sucker.
He-
He is
what a drive.
frustrated,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
remember he extended that gap in the first couple of stints, and he just maintained the gap and managed his tires. He did absolutely everything he needed to. It's
Yeah.
a great debut for Fexalan Racing. Claims a 1-2 on race debut, just like the legendary Braun team did at Australian Grand Prix 2009.
It doesn't look like there will be a investigation, although Benfit is complaining about the use of track limits from Neo, but I don't think
Yes.
much will come out from it. Looking at the rest of the pack, in P8 we have Alpine, in P9 Aratusness, who is a bit more down than I was expected to be. Dutch Master in 10th, Mitko in 11th, Sakari in 12th, and I don't think he was very happy that considering he crashed out on the finish line. Mr. Dino in P13. Most people are leaving now, which we do not want because we need to have Hawk and Officer. We're now going side by side to be there.
Indeed. Oh, who's going to win on the final
Zentorno
corner? No, just
crashes
kidding.
himself out.
Indeed.
Most
indeed.
people are leaving now a bit, and here goes the winner. We're just watching at the P2 here. Acer also up there. But where did Hawk go? There he is.
Let's see if we
The
can get an
winner of
interview with
today.
him soon.
And we will definitely have a talk with both of them because I told you, Vexlan Racing, they are going to get a 1-2, and they certainly did.
Well, we said that said before the race that the team is most likely going to get a podium, and well, they did not disappoint.
They definitely didn't.
I think, but just look at the gap.
A debut
just
could
look at the
not
gap
have gone better.
between the P2 and P3 even. They were
10 seconds.
absolutely in control of this. They executed the strategy perfectly and just carried this through.
They They did.
I think a very important thing is hard base pace on the medium stints, the first stints, because he were able to pull such a gap that he could overcut.
Oh, sorry
that
to
gave-
interrupt. We
Yes.
have breaking news. Befit Gutar's mom came into his room and he could float on his desk while he was racing.
He has a loving and caring mother.
So yeah, breaking news.
So
He's
that's the
watching my
reason he
across
did
the
not
podium.
take the
Very,
position.
very interesting. Well, I think fresh food might be the difference between half a second and a second. That he only lost by 4 tenths. That might very well have been the issue. Yes.
So
indeed.
now that the race is
Fantastic race.
finished, we do have some people to talk to in the RFO house, but everyone left, so we're going to have to get into contact with them. So
Yes, but we
let's
have
see
number
if
2.
we can.
We have Capstar here. Opposite
Driver
Cap.
number 1, position 2.
Shall we
Yeah,
have a
you are
little
right.
talk with him, shall we say? Officer Cap, how was that race for you?
Garbage. I'll be honest, that was terrible.
Well, you did get quite comfortably beaten by your teammates. He gapped you pretty early and just maintained the gap. So, what are your mindset for the next race?
Well, not to get gapped, I'll be honest. But, well, me and Paul had similar pace on Hawks, just the medium stint wasn't too great.
No, we saw you struggling down in 7th at times even. That surely compromised your race. Are you gonna focus to be more aggressive in the future on the opening stint so you can get clean air?
Well, well, it's, maybe.
Maybe because you did drop back a few seconds on the medium stints, and that
Yeah.
surely must have hurt your race in the long run.
Yeah, it did.
Hogbase were able to run quite long on the mediums, giving fresher tires all the way to the end.
Yeah. Well,
Well, but overall, congratulations to both of you. Excellent racing, delivering a very, very comfortable 1-2. I think this is looking very good for the future.
oh yeah, we're trying to get a perfect game, so let's do a practice lap every race. If the categories come along, please, no.
Yeah.
Well, and next race is South Korea, so
Yes.
Oppa Gangnam Style.
No. But we will have a little bit of a talk.
Hello.
What?
oh, I
Huh? What happened?
Wow.
You just broke into an interview and spit on
We're
it.
streaming.
we're live.
We're still live.
How do you feel?
We're on air at the
I'm
moment.
feeling great. I mean, I predicted this. This was gonna kind of obvious. This was gonna happen as I'm the owner of the team. You know, whenever I own
Yeah.
a team, it dominates on the
You
team.
didn't predict nothing. You didn't predict how base beating Officer Cap. So yeah, you didn't
Huh?
predict anything.
What do you mean? No, I predict. I know it's kind of obvious. I already said like when I saw Man United not actually win the game, I know like Hawkbase had something to prove, so he was gonna push even harder. And Officer Cap is always slacking on this track, so I didn't really expect him to win.
No.
Listen, I would get my notes where I had the full race predictions, or I'm too lazy to look for it now.
I'm just gonna say, I knew Hulk was gonna win round 1. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, sure you did.
I actually did. Trust
I
me.
actually voted 44 points on the poll.
Huh?
I
Yeah, I
voted
voted for that
44
too.
points. Although like a joke, but it actually happened.
I mean, I added it as a joke, but yeah, it's happened.
You know what? I'm going to vote 0 next race.
No.
I'm going to chicks you.
I'm gonna vote 0 for whichever team you drive for.
Fine.
Are you gonna drive for a team?
I'm going to drive for the commentating team.
Drive for Ferrari.
Fine.
Go
I
back
have
home.
the 2020 car.
Go back home to the Ferrari.
Fine. I have the 2020 car, so I can.
Yeah, you can. Go
And it's
to
almost
Ferrari.
stock. I mean, it is stock. It's
Equal
not Ferrari.
performance. No excuses. Equal performance.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, FPS on the car doesn't matter now. Nice. Let's go.
It does matter, trust me. It
Anyways,
does.
I thought this was
No,
an
because the-
interview. What do we have
There's no
questions?
region.
I
Shut
still
up.
have
Questions?
some things to say because I just talked a bit with Hawk and he says the reason he won is purely because of his consistency. And he's looking forward to next races, but he does know that Officer Cap will probably be faster in the other races, but he
Yeah,
can't
we'll
wait
get
to
those
see and
steroids.
try to fight for the championship.
Officer Cap, did you not use the Pro Drive hacks I gave you?
No, next race.
Hawkbase probably used them.
Next race.
Yeah.
Now that we
Yeah.
heard that, there will be an investigation to see if Vexilon is guilty of any of the crimes.
Do you have any questions?
Well, we
Yes.
do
What
actually.
did you do on the night of December 23rd, 2007?
I was bored.
Oh damn.
2007, are you kidding me?
No, 2011 I was bored.
No,
Alright,
you're not 10.
let's
Why
hope not.
Samsung?
Maybe 14.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Officer
Yeah.
Cap is 12.
What?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any serious questions? Come on.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
actually.
What were the approach for the strategy this race?
I asked the drivers what the strategy was, and I just agreed.
I would like to contribute that I take 30% of Hulk's win. My strategy. It's my strategy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if I go to the chat for the team Discord, it was Hotbase that said Sue, and then Capstar gave us strategy.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
May I ask, were there any plans on team orders or later down the line in the season if
Oh, that's what
there's a
the
fight for a
bridge
championship?
idea for Officer Cap gets the championship. Why did we not think of it?
What?
What?
Why did I say that?
No,
So,
it's fine.
controversy.
Nah, whoever wins, wins, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, we are going to go down to the RFO house for a little bit of a more interview type
Did we
place.
talk about the fact that here cheats?
Yeah.
Yeah, grab hacks.
Yeah, no, with the ERS. No, he cheats
Oh,
ERS.
Jesus, FPS unlocker.
Yeah, that's cheating, bro. Why do you need
Yeah.
cheats? I thought you were quick enough. What's going on?
What?
Are you under pressure? Why do you need to cheat?
What?
Huh? Why do you cheat? Are you scared?
Yeah.
Oh. Moving on.
Anyway, time to join Ferrari.
No.
Yeah.
Not again.
You're gonna have to compete
Not
for the seat
again.
with me.
Oh,
It's
wait,
fine. We can get to 1-3. It's fine.
You're getting 2-3.
No. First, wait. What's the next race?
South Korea.
You know how many points Dakar scored in South Korean Ion last season? 0.
Zero.
Shouldn't even worry about it.
But I wasn't even racing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But
Listen,
how many
I
points
wa- I
did he
wanted to
score? How many
see-
points did he score? How many points did he score?
25,
No,
but I didn't get fastest
last
lap season
Ion
3.
season. Last Ion season, South Korea. How many points did he score?
Your bonus points.
Okay, how about USA?
You know who scored 25 points in USA? Exactly. Pro Drive.
Imagine not crashing when your championship rival crashes out.
Fuck off.
Because pressure. He's got too much pressure.
What's the life?
You didn't even have to win, you could just have finished third or second. But you just had to.
consequences now. I'm going to drive a Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm
No,
Ferrari
no.
test and reserve.
Dol, are you gonna hire Dak?
Say no.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say no.
This will be a very interesting. This was supposed to be just a
You
casual.
know, you know how much he's asking for? He's saying whatever he wins in prize money, you give him double. You know that? That's what Dakar is asking for.
Oh yeah, do you have the source?
Yeah.
Who's
The
the
only team that can pay that much is Vexilon Racing.
Oh, you want me to join Fixer Racing?
Hmm?
You want me to join Fixer
No,
Racing?
go away.
Please don't. No, it's already an OP team.
I think, honestly, can I just get something in? We had some breaking news recently, and I think Vexilon Racing should get a new team principal, because even though they finished 1-2, they suck.
I agree. Vex should get fired.
Where is this? What? Hold on. How did? How has this turned so quickly? What happened?
Vex, where's El Primo, bro?
Vexelon is an anti-vaxxer. He has been promoting Facebook information.
I will kidnap your family.
He believes in flat Earth.
I mean,
This interview turned into a propaganda show.
Yeah.
propaganda? Did you just say propaganda?
Are you?
This is literally anything but a interview.
Okay. Anyways.
We will
Yeah,
have a race rundown
Acer
very
moves to
shortly.
Red Bull.
Wait,
Charles
oh yeah,
is reserve. Wait, Charles is
ours was dropped.
As I just...
Aviation gets dropped, typical aviation style. He's got
Acer, who made your strategy?
Not in this VC.
I just took this time to mute everyone for a second to just say that the after race talk will be very shortly, and we will be talking with Dol and Krell. Maybe more will join in. No, Vexilon will not join in. Now that you guys are kind of quiet, because this is a... We don't have enough couches here. There are not enough seats. It's a very crowded house where we will be doing interviews very shortly, or just have a little after race talk. We don't know actually, because well, some things don't work here, some things do. This is the first stream, we can't help it.
Yeah, we have some things to work out, but I think the stream went fairly smooth.
But although the stream is not over, because now begins the after talk of the race.
Yes, indeed.
As I need to...
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
As we are sitting here now.
We're moving people. I think we're ready to talk.
Yes, I think so. So we are joined with team principal of Ferrari Dal. A fairly solid race from your team. Can you talk us through it?
We were expecting higher, of course, positions, either a first or a second, or a fourth and a third. But unfortunately, due to consistency, that did not happen. So that's all I can say.
So this shortcoming of the previous goals you set, is this more down to inconsistency and driver error, or is this a deeper problem within the team, like strategy
Yeah,
and...
It's deeper. It's the Ferrari power unit.
Ah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Well, we are looking
Unfortunate.
at the race that just happened. I just have to say
We're
that...
also going to accuse Hawk base of grab hacking.
I can completely understand
That
that
is
if you
confirmed.
wish to launch an investigation, because when you Buffett was racing
Just
against
cool. I am.
Tentorno.
Can I just quickly pull in here? I am just on my laptop here pulling up some information, and Ferrari were 4th and 5th in the speed trap, so I don't think the power unit is the issue.
No, it's the power unit.
Maybe it's the power unit that runs the team that is the
Power
Is it,
issue.
unit.
is it the power unit of the cell, the mitochondria, that is the issue that makes them react too slow?
Yeah, it's yeah.
You need to give your drivers more protein.
Yeah. Buffett this is what he has to say about the race, because he asked me to speak for him.
Yes.
He said, Hawk is a... And, okay, never mind, not that one. Anything to say, This is what he says. He says, just say Ferrari power unit, Hawk grab hacks, and...
Nothing about Falcon?
As soon as he reached lap 5 on any tire, it just died.
Did he not
There you
comment
I would say,
anything
isn't that
about
the Lewis Hamilton syndrome?
He's complaining of Falcon cutting the corner on the last lap.
Yes, will
Sector
there
2.
be an investigation on that, or will
I
you
don't
just
think
let it
any
go as
camera
a
can catch that though.
heat moment in the battle?
I don't think any camera has caught that though. Speaking, they were both lagging majorly that last lap.
Well,
But it
actually,
was a good
we
finish
did
though.
caught it on camera that also that
Yes.
Santorno caught that corner or just went wide there several times, assuming that the amount of times that he did it, that it would be trying to
A
gain an
lasting
advantage.
Michael said no, by the way.
There will be not an investigation. Very good to know.
Wait, who is this man? But yeah, honestly, I feel like just next week it's gonna be SK, so it'll be bump heaven. So if you survive, you win basically.
A lot of
That's the
chaos.
thing though, you
I
have
can't
to be
wait.
fast and survive to win.
I'm hoping we can fix some reliability issues in the driver room, though. Consistency is a problem. Um, we are gonna drop one reserve driver, so a seat will be
Yeah.
open. Hoping somebody could fill that role.
Wait, are you dropping me?
Yes.
No, ouch, VIP on the gamer. He does have good history with the team since from season 3, getting some podiums. But I think it's time for him to go.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Now in South Korea, will you be forcing Belfit to practice on equal cars instead of just grinding max and then crying like a baby when the tires isn't performing just like they want to?
I feel like that was also a problem in the race, so yes, I will encourage to practice more on equals. Speaking, it's a weekly basis now, and there won't be any main races.
Yes.
But he was too focused on max car tire wear and the way he treats the car, rather than how through practice, multiple practice races, where he was beating Cap. So
No.
yeah, I feel like that should be more practicing from him.
Yes.
Any other questions about rumors or anything?
Hello everybody, and my name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, Dick Hair.
Is there are the
He's
car
not
gonna
here.
join the team now? There has
Well-
been rumors.
If Dick Hair does accept, he will join.
Okay, accept.
Last time I checked, the car was in the team last season. What made him go out of the team and not drive that much, and now probably going back into the team?
That's really a question for Dick Hair.
Because I was doing stuff.
Yeah, he had Ion season for most of the races due to them always delaying or red flags from the servers just being ass. The first
That and
couple of
also
races,
going out.
Yeah,
with
COVID
friends.
at one race. Yeah, having
Drinking
a
and
life.
falling asleep on the floor because you drank too much. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the difference about time zones. That's the problem, honestly. You can't. There's no time to get lit and that shit.
Talking about next week, I actually can't wait to have the start of the South Korea race, because I expect a lot, and I mean a lot of chaos. This race was relatively
Yes.
calm with a few hiccups, but next race, that
Yes, we only had a few DNFs. I think we had 3 or 4 DNFs.
I think
in
four.
Tires.
Four?
I expected more, but I think it was very calm. I expected more chaos on the opening laps, but everyone kept it very, very cleanly.
I think what was most surprising, honestly, was the fact the safety car wasn't even pulled out, because the rule is if 2 cars like wreck on the same lap, it gets called. And honestly, I was so surprised because we were expecting that like lap 3.
Yeah, but they kept their noses clean. Everyone picked their battles pretty wisely, and those who crashed didn't really crash with the wheel. They just struggled for pace generally.
Yeah.
There were no of the front runners were crashed. No of the drivers who were expected to perform very well.
I expected Neo
Except
to
for
perform
Big Guy.
very well, but he also had a problem. Big Guy and Neo.
Can I curse?
No.
Neo is a bosom. He is terrible. He's an unreliable driver. Pre-race, if he wrecks, he complains and cries and doesn't race. He's honestly just the worst driver in this league. Speaking that, I don't know, beat him, I'm pretty sure.
Didn't he drive for you last season?
Yeah, that's why I'm slandering. Yeah.
Ignore the
So it's
super
supposed to
much
be Neo and
music
Dick
at
Hair
the
is
back.
my lineup.
I am not the one who turned on that radio, and I don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah, I feel like Neo's just trash, man. What do you think?
I'm just enjoying the music.
Preseason drama between Buffett and Neo. I need
Yes.
Neo was just going to perform.
Yeah, I am going to have to go now. I have a sack to hack it in, but I will catch you guys later.
And that will also be the end of this stream. I want to thank everyone for watching. We have learned a lot about how to actually do this, and we expect the quality to be better next week. It will also be on the actual RFO channel, because it's not actually supposed to be on this one, but due to an emergency we had to. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching, and see you next week.
the chandeliers. The wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. Champions are born right now.